People, we've lost Coutinho. Man, Coutinho's gone, people. The Premier League has lost another brilliant talent. We won't get to see him again until, I don't know, maybe when CG decides to go after him and probably spend another world-breaking transfer fee in order to get him back into the Premier League. But I don't know. It's sad because Coutinho actually did light up the Premier League playing for Liverpool. But just like other guys that came and went, the Premier League must go on and we must go on. Match week 24. I hope you guys are good. First meeting on a Saturday afternoon. We've got Chelsea going against Brighton. The first meeting at the Bridge was a win for last year's champions, but this time Chelsea on a trip will be without Fabregas, Pedro, Morata or Gary Cahill, and they've had a run of 3 straight draws. It's one of those games where you think, even though they're playing away, they're gonna somehow find it challenging. But Eden Hazard is one of those guys that often enough, when the entire team needs him to turn up, he often does. Especially when you look at his days at Lille in the French league. Eden Hazard was the main man down there, and now you have these key pieces that won't be playing. But I don't think Chelsea are going to actually find it challenging, because you got guys like Willian on the bench, you got Victor Moses. All these guys are speedsters. You're going against a Brighton team that would need to deal with these guys on either side of the wings. And as I mentioned, is just one goal shy of reaching a century of goals for both Chelsea and Lille in his club career. So is he going to go out to try to reach that century? I think so. As much as I would like to see Brighton probably get a point, I think it's going to be hard for them. I'm going to have to go for last year's champions to do the business. Chelsea win the first game of the Saturday afternoon. The 3 PM kickoffs, we've got Arsenal playing against Palace. Palace going into this game are unbeaten in the last 3 matches, and you're going against an Arsenal team that only managed 2 points out of the last 3 games. And you could add also to that the fact that they are slightly unsettled as a team when it comes to dealing with Alexis Sanchez. Rumours, is he going to Man City? Is he going to Man United? We don't know. Is Aubameyang coming in? Hopefully, but we still don't know. But it's going to be interesting, because Palace under Roy Hodgson they've been playing some good football. They could actually upset Arsenal again like they did while they were at home. But let's say it's Alexis Sanchez's last game for Arsenal. Maybe he may want to do a goodbye favour in which he may want to score and probably get Arsenal to win. You never know. I think Arsenal are going to win this game, because rumours again relating to Sanchez's transfers and the fact that there are certain delays, which is why he wasn't able to join either United or City. But like I say, if it's his farewell match, he's going to turn up, he's going to bowl, and Arsenal are going to win this game. Burnley are going against Manchester United. Burnley, I've been mentioning them a lot the past few weeks. Not just the past few weeks, the entire season pretty much. But I love them. I love their manager. But you could say they've lost their way slightly. They've only managed 2 points out of the last 5 games. You're going against a Man United team that has been unbeaten in that same time span. So could I expect something grandiose in a certain way from United, especially going against a Burnley team that slightly, like I said, lost their way? They're not playing up to the usual standards, probably. But Sunjai at home, it's a tough one. I'm going to go for a draw, because I feel like they're going to play defense big time. And also United, if they are linked with Alexis Sanchez, I think they may be not fully focused heading to this game, because you're wondering if you're going to get Alexis Sanchez. Is Mkhitaryan staying? Is he going? You don't know. This game, I'm going to go for a draw. I feel like Burnley are going to play well defensively and they're going to pose problem to United. Everton going against West Brom. Everton is another team that also lost their form recently, having been on a run of 3 straight losses. You're going against a West Brom team that won last game against Brighton and also managed to draw against you last time you guys met. But the key thing here is Everton signed Walcott. Walcott is going to add a little spark to that Everton team. West Brom, at times, they lack that sharpness when it comes to having a guy up front score goals. Last time I said that, Salomon Rondon went on to score a goal. So hopefully he may do the same. But like I said, Walcott coming in is going to allow Everton to use the wing, because you've got Yannick Bolasie that you spent big money on, that's been also injured, hasn't had the opportunity to be fully integrated in the squad. So I'm going to be optimistic on this one, and I'm going to go for Everton to win at home. Everton do the business. Leicester going against Watford. Leicester actually played against Watford when they played on Boxing Day. This time, playing at home, they will try to get back even, going against a Watford team that hasn't won in the last 2 away games. Vardy, Mahrez have been sharp lately, but on the other side you got Doucouré, who's back in the side, also being sharp. Troy Deeney plays really well when he plays against Leicester. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I'm going to have to give it to the home side. Leicester are going to do the business. Leicester win this game. Stoke going against Huddersfield. Stoke sacked Mark Hughes and they've hired Paul Lambert. So in a certain sense, I don't actually know what to expect from that game. But one thing that I know is that Paul Lambert, last time he was in the league, in the Premier League, he was actually the manager of Aston Villa. And in that season, Aston Villa didn't actually do well. So I don't actually understand why the appointment now, especially at this time of the season. But you could also know, you don't actually know who to blame, players or manager. It's quite a very hard decision. You're looking at Huddersfield on the other side. They've had a run of 3 straight losses. But Wagner, the manager of Huddersfield, knows Paul Lambert because they met on 3 occasions, and in a certain sense, he could prepare. He probably knows how to prepare and be ready to go against him, now that both teams are in the Premier League. And because both teams have had run of losses, I feel like this meeting is not going to be fiery. I'm going to go for a draw between Stoke and Huddersfield. Next, we've got West Ham going against Bournemouth. These 2 teams have exactly the same result over the past 5 games. They both won, drew, and lost. Quite amazing. But West Ham, I thought I had them to lose against Huddersfield. I went for the Yorkshire team. West Ham did the business. They won that game. On the other side, I had Bournemouth to lose against Arsenal. Bournemouth did the business. Talk about being unlucky. But West Ham right now, they've got a guy who's been fiery, he's playing really well, he's bowling out of his mind. That's Marko Arnautovic. Arnautovic is really showing that he's worth every penny they spend on him, from getting him from Stoke to the Hammers. And with speculations surrounding Andy Carroll going to Chelsea, I feel like Arnautovic is going to try and impose himself as the striker that West Ham can actually rely on. You got Chicharito that's not actually playing as much. You also got Jafra Sakho who's not also playing. So Arnautovic is going out there and is really bowling. For that reason, because the Austrian Ibrahimovic, I think, I've just made that up, people, but the Austrian Ibrahimovic is going to turn up, he's going to bowl, and West Ham are going to win this game. And the final game after Saturday afternoon is between City and Newcastle. The two could actually win 3 back-to-back games for the first time in a long time. Especially when you're going against a deflated Man City that lost bitterly in a very thrilling match against Liverpool. So like, I think Newcastle could actually do the business. Honestly, I actually think Newcastle could actually. No, I need to be real, people. I need to be real for you people. I don't know. They could actually manage a draw. This is a tough one. Newcastle not going to win this game, people. I'm afraid. My Newcastle people, I love you. Newcastle, you're not going to win this game. It's going to be a tough one because this guy's going to come back. Guardiola's the type of guy that doesn't often lose 2 straight games or even drop points consecutively. This guy's going to come out and play. They will come out and play. When you got a guy like Leroy Sané who's thinking about retiring at the age of 22, he's literally thinking of having every trophy available this season and retire. This is from the guy that has a massive tattoo of himself on his back celebrating. So their citizens are going to turn up. They're going to play. Newcastle may play well. They will. They may play well. I think this is one of those games where they play well, especially when you look at their performance when they played at St James's Park. Even though it was a loss, it was only 1-0 loss. So Newcastle may play well. City are still going to come on top. Citizen to win. On the Sunday, we've only got one match between Southampton against Spurs. Spurs heading into this game have managed 4 wins out of 5 games. You've also got Pochettino, who's going against his former team and has never lost since his departure from St Mary's. You've also got Harry Kane, who somehow missed out. I don't think he missed out. They did him dirty. They did him dirty. Harry Kane had an awesome season. They did him dirty. They didn't put him in the UEFA Team of the Year. They should be, shame on you people. Whoever voted, shame on you. Harry Kane both. But Harry Kane only needs 2 goals to actually reach a century of goals in the Premier League. That's quite an astonishing accomplishment for a guy that for a certain time people don't actually expect anything from him. When you look at the number of strikers that actually Spurs try to buy in order to get them some silverware before actually finding that germ that was actually sitting there waiting to be given the opportunity to play, and Harry Kane literally came out of nowhere and then literally bowled out, and now he has almost a century of goals in the Premier League. So it's quite fantastic. Harry Kane is going to go out there and bowl and continue to prove that he was worthy of being put in that squad of the UEFA team. Pochettino and his men are going to do the business at St Mary's. Spurs are going to win this game. So the final game of week 24 is Swansea going against Liverpool on the Monday. The main problem or the main issue with the Swans is that they don't actually score enough goals, let alone at home where they only manage 6 goals. You can't really get off the bottom 3 if you don't score many goals. It's not magic. I wish it was magic. You did your abracadabra and then bang, you came out of the bottom 3. No, it doesn't work like that. You guys still need to you need to win. You need to score goals. You got Tammy Abraham. You got my man Wilfried Bony. Mention his name, people. Mention his name. Boney's gonna score. He's gonna score. But you got Boney. You got Tammy Abraham. You guys have to start scoring goals, people. Otherwise, championship is waiting. Championship is waiting, people. So you guys need to wake up. But on the other side, you got Liverpool. Liverpool let go. They didn't let go. Barcelona didn't blink twice. They paid big money for him. They paid big money. They let go of Coutinho for some huge financial assets. And now, I feel like there is certain freedom. Because Liverpool, often enough, they knew that, if we are struggling, we can turn to Coutinho, the Brazilian magician, and he's going to do the business for us. But now you don't have to count on him, because you know what? You got the Egyptian Messi and Mohamed Salah. You got Mane, who's also delivering on a weekly basis. And also, you got Firmino. He's playing well. You got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal. He can also bowl. So right now, I feel like Liverpool have a good dynamic going on. They're going to play well at the Swans. And Liverpool are going to get 3 points, people. That's my prediction. Liverpool to do business at the Swans. So that's my final prediction. Do feel free to comment below and let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you next week, people. Take care and peace.